What do a sticky-floored sports bar on an NFL Sunday and a highly classified NASA control room have in common?
Well, surprisingly a lot, actually.
Yeah. Welcome to today's deep dive, where we're answering that exact question by unpacking something that, it looks completely mundane at first glance.
Just a totally boring tech catalog, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a hardware catalog from an electronics vendor called HDTV Supply. And our starting point for this is literally just a single item. It's a DVIGear HyperLight 20-meter DDI cable.
Which sounds incredibly dry, I know, but if you look closely at that massive 65-foot cord, it actually exposes this hidden colossal nervous system of audio and video infrastructure.
Right. The cable itself is really just a conduit.
Yeah, the real story is what it's plugging into at the other end.
And that brings us to their Wolfpack product line.
Yeah.
I started scrolling through this inventory, and the scale is just, it's staggering.
It's huge.
We aren't looking at basic splitters you'd use to connect, like, a DVD player and a game console to your living room TV.
No, definitely not.
We are looking at these massive modular matrix switchers that route video to 160 different televisions simultaneously. Plus, they have these complex video wall processors ranging from, simple 1x2 setups to crazy 10x1 configurations.
It's enterprise-level hardware.
Yeah, so let's unpack this for a second, because as consumers, we only ever see the TV screen. It's kind of like a city's water system where we just turn on the faucet. But there's a terrifyingly complex grid of pipes hidden behind the wall.
Right, that's a really good way to think about it.
Actually, instead of thinking about it like a water pipe where the same water just flows everywhere, imagine an automated railroad switchyard.
Oh, I like that.
You have 50 different trains or, video signals coming in, and a massive mechanical grid is instantly routing each specific train to 160 different outbound tracks without any of them colliding.
The switchyard analogy is perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with hundreds of distinct, heavy data streams intersecting constantly.
But that's my big question. How on earth does a single venue even manage 160 different screens without the whole system totally crashing?
Yeah.
If you push 160 high-definition video feeds through a central hub, it seems like the processor would just melt down from the bandwidth overload.
Oh, it absolutely would melt down if it processed all that data sequentially through a single bottleneck.
Right.
But a true matrix switcher creates isolated, dedicated pathways for every single signal. When you switch an input to an output, it physically or logically bridges a direct connection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and furthermore, the catalog highlights these 4K AV over IP networks.
AV over IP.
Audio-visual over Internet Protocol. So instead of forcing all that heavy video data through one proprietary overworked box, the system actually breaks the video down.
Oh, it breaks it into packets.
Exactly. It breaks it into data packets and routes it over standard IT network switches. It completely decentralizes the traffic.
So by chopping the video into data packets, the system just bypasses the traditional choke point altogether.
Yep. And that level of bulletproof reliability dictates exactly who buys this hardware.
Right, because the catalog heavily targets sports bar TV systems.
Yeah.
Complete with specific DirecTV app integrations and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, a massive sports bar can't afford a signal drop right before a touchdown.
No, the patrons would riot.
But look at what sits right adjacent to those systems in the catalog. There are dedicated portals for government purchasing.
This is the part that really got me.
We see federal GSA schedules, which, is the government's official list of approved contractors. There is TAA-approved equipment, meaning it meets strict U.S. manufacturing standards for security. They even highlight the NASA SOTP program.
Which is a massive IT procurement contract for federal agencies.
Yeah.
So, wait, NASA and the local sports pub are shopping in the exact same metaphorical aisle.
They really are. The exact same robust, secure routing technology required to flawlessly broadcast 50 different football games at a bar is what military bases and NASA control rooms use to monitor mission-critical data.
That is wild.
Just look at their Wolfpack secure matrices. Whether you are tracking a rocket launch or the Super Bowl, a dropped frame or a frozen screen is a catastrophic failure.
High-stakes reliability is the shared currency here.
Exactly.
So for you listening, think about the next time you're sitting in a sports bar, nursing a drink, or, walking past a massive digital billboard in an airport.
You'll know there's a hidden high-tech control room secretly pumping that precise data through the walls,
ensuring the trains in that switchyard never collide.
It completely changes the context of an airport terminal or stadium. You realize you are standing inside a giant breathing machine.
It really does. Well, here's a final thought to mull over before we wrap up today's deep dive. Down at the very bottom of this catalog, they're already listing emerging 8K HDMI products.
Oh boy.
Yeah. As resolutions get astronomically higher and the screens around us continue to multiply, how much physical space and cooling energy will this invisible hardware eventually demand?
That's a huge question.
And will these massive physical switchers soon be replaced entirely by cloud-based software, leaving our current hidden grid of physical cables completely obsolete? Something to think